One of our neighbors in business, Maura Thompson of Ann Arbor's Main Street Area Association. Our neighbors in business brought to you by Northstar Bank. That is next on 107.1. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year to you. Great to see you.
How was it driving out there for you this morning?
Oh, it was an interesting ride. Luckily, I don't have to go as far as you.
Oh, it was a sleigh ride on those freeways.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there, for sure.
Definitely have to do that. Boy, a signature Ann Arbor event in January here, like the Folk Festival Restaurant Week, which gets started real soon.
Yeah, here we go again.
Yes.
Ann Arbor Restaurant Week starts this coming Sunday, January 15th, and runs through Friday the 20th.
Tell us more about this for people who haven't participated more.
Sure. So Ann Arbor Restaurant Week, basically what we say is it's 1 week of one price dining. Oh. And so the way it works is with lunch, we have two different price points, lunch and dinner. So lunch is a $15 price point. So we have 59 restaurants participating in Restaurant Week. You can go to any of these 59 restaurants and you're going to get lunch for $15. And the way lunch works, we call it an open format. And that just means a restaurant has the option to do really whatever they want. They might do multiple courses. They might do a single course. It's completely up to them.
All right.
And then about half of those restaurants actually do 2 diners for $15. So that's really, especially at lunch, I think when people maybe aren't looking for as much food as dinner, you can go, 2 people can go and get a wonderful meal for $15. So basically $7.50 a person.
I see all the restaurants are listed on your website.
They certainly are. You can see all the restaurants and the menus. And then to flip to dinner, dinner is a $28 price point.
Right.
And what we ask our restaurants for dinner is to stick with a minimum of a 3-course menu.
Oh, okay.
So you are going to be going to, any of these 59 restaurants, and ahead of time you're going in for $28 and getting a minimum of 3 courses. But again, about half of the restaurants do 2 diners for $28, which is a really great deal. And with the 2-for-1 option, restaurants might do something where maybe you're sharing an appetizer, maybe you're sharing dessert. They can get creative. We have some of our restaurants that might throw in a bonus round with maybe a beer or something. So I always encourage people, look on the website, and look at the menus and kind of shop around. But basically, the whole point of Restaurant Week is for our customers to be able to go into the restaurant, some of our finest restaurants in Ann Arbor, at a fairly modest price. You know going into it what you're going to be in for.
We're talking to one of our neighbors in business. This segment on Tuesday is brought to you by Northstar Bank, and it's Maura Thompson, Executive Director of the Main Street Area Association. A couple things we should stress. Reservations, I imagine, are strongly recommended.
Yes. So a few tips. Yes. Definitely make reservations. If you go to the site, AnnArborRestaurantWeek.com, you can see all of the restaurants, all of the menus, and I also would recommend paying special attention to any notes. So some restaurants don't serve lunch on Sunday. They only serve a dinner menu on Sunday. Some restaurants are closed on Monday. So there are special notes that I would say pay attention to. And I would recommend trying to make reservations at any place you want to go. Not all restaurants accept reservations, but we do have some restaurants that typically don't take reservations, but they do during Restaurant Week. So definitely try to make reservations. The other thing I always say is to remember to tip generously during Restaurant Week.
Glad you remembered that. Yes.
Wait staff work so hard, typically for, a check that's a little bit smaller. And it can be, it's a tough week, and we want to recognize our service industry people. It's real important. And a couple of other things with Restaurant Week, we are once again collaborating with food gatherers. We did this last January. It's a wonderful collaboration. We have, I think this time around, we have 14 of our restaurants have added an additional menu item to their Restaurant Week menu. And proceeds from that item will go directly to food gatherers. So, for example, a glass of wine or a beer is typically what most will do, and they will donate. It can be, I know one of the restaurants, it's up to 50% of the sales from your glass of wine will go right to food gatherers.
I love it.
So if you're going out and you're considering a beer or a glass of wine, why not order the one that is going to food gatherers?
So information, there's this separate website website. It's AnnArborRestaurantWeek.com.
Right. So you can go to AnnArborRestaurantWeek.com. And like I said, and it's kind of fun. We have 59 restaurants participating. And you literally can shop around the site and look at every single menu, and decide where you want to go. And really, with 59 restaurants, I can guarantee you there is something for everybody. I mean, we basically have every type of cuisine represented. Like, if you can't find something that you like,
you must not like food.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, there really is something for everybody. And it's one of those things like we have some new restaurants participating. Just as an example, Avalon Cafe, which is a brand new place right downtown, which is a fabulous place. But they are doing dinner only for Restaurant Week, but they're doing 2 for $28. So if you haven't tried Avalon, I've been there and I can highly recommend it. Restaurant Week's a great time to try it because you and a friend can go for $28 and sample 2 of their fantastic entrees. We have a couple other new places on board. Allen Rumsey Supper Club, which is the restaurant in the Graduate Hotel. Now, that's a real fine dining establishment. They are doing dinner for $28, and I can tell you that is a fantastic opportunity to try Allen Rumsey Supper Club at a modest price because it's definitely high end and it's generous portions and delicious food. So that's another one of our new restaurants participating. Afternoon Delight, which of course isn't a new restaurant. They've been here forever. We love Afternoon Delight, but they are participating in Restaurant Week. They're doing 2 for $15 lunch. So if you haven't been to Afternoon Delight in a while, I say, head on over there during Restaurant Week. And another new restaurant we have on board is Relish, which is in the Kensington Court Hotel right here near the studios. They, I know, just opened up and they're participating. So yeah, a great time to maybe check out some new places or some old favorites.
I need to remember to have breakfast the next time we do this segment. I'm starving.
Aren't you hungry? Me
I can't wait. I can't wait for this. Ann Arbor Restaurant Week starting this Sunday, which will be January the 15th, running through Friday the 20th, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And, and again, remind people so you're not disappointed. Really try to make reservations. I mean, today is already Tuesday. I would say, get on the phone this afternoon. Some of the restaurants actually have their link for reservations right on the site, so you don't even have to make a phone call. If they're on Open Table, they're linked up. So as not to be disappointed, I would say make reservations.
And again, details, everything you need to know at AnnArborRestaurantWeek.com. Our neighbors in business, Maura Thompson, the segment brought to you by Northstar Bank.